showed up. I think with the exception of, I don't know his name. One guy, Maria Miranda didn't show up, and Samo didn't show up, and Samo came and made public comment, but he was invited and he didn't come. So, and then I just want to respond to some of your concerns. I'm not taking a position on the actual topic. Yeah, let me go.
Just let me finish. Okay. From the time that we did all of this to the time that we just did this last month, that was a long time. People lose interest. You know, you haven't communicated with them, you haven't called them, you haven't said them.
Are you saying that I should have been in contact with the candidates who didn't take office as a continuous basis?
I'm not saying you personally, but it was out there that these people would be next in line to fill these seats. And they were expecting it. And I know for a fact because I spoke to several of them, and they would instantly message me, they would email me, call me, ask me, when are you going to fill the seats? When are you going to fill the seats? I said, it's not being done.
And are these people who didn't show up last month?
That is correct, because they pretty much lost it.
But I mean, I don't know if they were, well, Luisana also ran and she showed up.
But keep in mind, it was a special meeting. It wasn't a regularly general board meeting, so people were confused whether it was or when it was supposed to be handled. And I spoke to one second.
Can't hear anybody.
Oh, hold on. It was a special meeting. The location was not at the same place, and many of you showed up here, and it was not even at the right location. So the problem that I had from the previous meeting is it was the candidates, because I spoke to many of the ones that you did email, and said was one of them. It was such a last-minute special meeting that they really didn't have the opportunity to take time off of work or change their schedule because they couldn't. I'm sure they were interested because I did receive emails on that. The problem is the way it was handled. So I think if you are going to fill the vacancies, it should have been done at a regularly scheduled meeting, and I'm sure you would have had to pay the people who went out to vote. The candidates. Thank you.
Just to get back on topic about them talking about changing the number, personally, well, from my background in political science, we are typically taught that smaller groups are more effective, and the board and community members, we all have a common goal to better the community. And if we want to better the community, one way is to have a really effective, tight, close board, and that's just looking from a practical and logical sense.
Yeah, he's right there.
I thought he said he was leaving.
Casey has a position on this. So we've heard a number of board members that are in favor of reducing. I think I had one that was opposed. Is there anybody else who wants to speak, have a comment for this?
Are you talking stakeholders?
Board, we did public comment already.
I don't necessarily have a comment. I just wanted to address for these bylaw revisions. This isn't, we can still propose additional revisions, and I did like the possibility of having designated areas of focus for certain representatives, like a senior citizen representative or a youth representative. And so we can even look into revising some of the ones we have now that are at large and maybe designating an area of focus for them. But I just wanted to leave a comment on that for future reference.
Anybody else? Again, anybody that wants to speak against? I'm waiting. I want to see if Ruben, if he has something to say against it, I'd like him to get his word in, and here he comes.
I went to the bathroom.
Mr. Chavez, are you joining us?
Yes, I went to the bathroom. Can that person take a long time?
Did you take the newspaper with you? Okay, I just need to ask you if you have a position on this, if you'd like to state a position. We've had mostly for reducing, so I'm kind of looking for some against, if you have any reason against, or either.
There's a number of the board members. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like the larger number because I feel that that really represents the community at large. This isn't any kind of meeting. The more people you have in that meeting, wherever we are, whatever the issues are brought to them, it represents whatever that organization is doing in wherever they're at, or what the people have to say. Okay, so I'm definitely for the larger number of board members. I've been there since the very beginning. And I respect anyone that doesn't agree with me. I respect their point of view. They're entitled to it. That's democracy at work.
I see your hand up in the back, and I have to apologize to you, but we've already done public comment. There are 2 other motions on the topic, though, that you're welcome to speak about when we're on the topic. Is there any more board discussion? Nobody? Is Cynthia? Oh, he's coming back? I thought he left. Oh, he went to get his medicine. Okay.
Under, if I may, it's called personal privilege, point of personal privilege. That's good to open the door, whatever, point of personal privilege. You would have.
There he's coming. There he goes. I'm sorry, I don't know why you have your hand up. But I'm going to ask you to speak at the next item, 60. Augie, did you have anything else to say on this topic? No? Cynthia? Anything else? Otherwise, nobody else has any more discussion?
Yeah, I have another comment like that. Thank you, Madam President. I'd just like to add that unfortunately, no matter how large the number of people, in this case board members are, like I said, using any group anywhere, you need that large group because we all have a life to live besides what we do here, and when we're in committee, it takes a lot of time and whatever it is to do what the committee that you're part of, to do that outreach for the public. So unfortunately, like anything else, where I'm going with this, is it's always the few. Even though you folks want larger numbers, it's always going to be the few because as much as they want to participate, sometimes they can't, and it's always going to be the few to get things done, and that's anywhere in any organization. It's always the few.
Thank you. I think we're ready to vote unless, okay, we're ready to go ahead and take a vote on the motion that was moved by Capricia, seconded by Michelle. And that is that the LA 32 Neighborhood Council reduce the general board from 21 members to 15 members. I would like to say that per the bylaws, this does require a 2/3 vote. It's not just a majority. 2/3 of the members of the directors present. Today we have 12 directors present, so we need a vote of 8. We have 12? 2/3 of 12. 8, according to my calculation.
Can you vote on this also?
I can vote on anything. I can make or break. I mean, make or tie. Break the tie or make the tie.
Does that number include abstentions as well, or no?
It just says 2/3 vote of the directors present. So if you abstain, then your vote does not count as an approval.
But there is a vote.
But you do count in as the 2/3, yeah. But your vote, yeah, it's not counted as an approval. We need 8 approvals for this to pass. And like Amber said, that's not the final determination. It then goes to the department and I guess also to the board of neighborhood council and commissioners. Okay, so
I have a question. So 8 is going to be without abstention. It has to be a complete vote of yes.
we have to have 8 yeses.
Okay, it's fine.
Can you clarify where does it say among directors? My understanding was abstentions didn't count.
And that is written in somewhere else when it talks about quorum and majority, but this specifically states 2/3 vote of the directors present.
Can you read the motion again over, please?
I will. There's nothing after it that says minus abstentions, like it does say that somewhere else in here in regards to regular voting on other things. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the motion for Mr. Chavez. The motion is that the LA 32 Neighborhood Council reduce the general board from 21 members to 15 members. We're going to vote.
You're going to do a vote.
You want to do roll call?
Well, it doesn't have to.
Oh, it's not.
We don't have to.
So, all those in favor? All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All those not in favor, no. 1, 2, 3. All those,
Four.
oh, I didn't see them. 4.
I need my glasses.
Abstentions, please raise your hands. Somebody didn't vote.
What number are we at?
Take another count.
741.
Take another count.
Okay.
Easy, take another count.
So then it's 7 yes, and no 4s, and abstention would be.
That's the
Well,
final
you can
count.
vote. Better go roll.
Take another count.
I haven't abstained.
Oh,
Right, 7 yes, 4 no, and then you abstain. That's
I haven't abstained.
No, I know, but, okay, so what do you do? Sorry.
Break up a vote.
Motion fails. Motion fails.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was just seeking clarification because some chairs can only make or break a vote and not vote on a regular basis. I know I usually abstain.
You just said it 5 minutes ago, that you would, but.
I said to make or break a tie, it's not a tie. So I wanted to clarify whether or not I can take a regular vote.
This is not a tie, 2/3 vote.
I understand, but I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna vote. I haven't abstained yet. I was seeking clarification because I think the past board, the chair didn't vote.
But you can though.
I can. So just to clarify to everyone that as the chair, I can vote. I usually don't. In this case, I will go ahead and vote, and I'm gonna vote to approve.
So you have 8 yes, 4, abstention 0. Motion passes.
I know what they want. That's illegal. I know. Yeah, we've been doing stuff all the time.
You take the vote.
I have a question for the I have a question for the Zen representative. Since we still have a motion at the prior, because now we reviewed this, so this was our last standing issue to remove it from off of exhausted efforts, right? The requirement. So once the previous motion was, as soon as we're removed off of exhausted efforts, the board would immediately go down to So my question is, how does this motion supersede the original motion that was made?
Well, this does supersede it because it's your bylaws vote and you just voted. So again, I don't have all the history on the whole process of, what led to exhaustive efforts, but as my understanding is that this, by you taking this action and exercising your authority as a board to make this decision, then this is what counts. This is what as long as the department and the board of neighborhood commissioners approves your amendment, then this is what's going to be honored. And so it wasn't just amending this piece of the bylaws, it was an overall bylaw revision that was the condition of your exhaustive efforts, and also setting up standing rules, which I'm happy to work with you, and I was going to offer to send you guys some samples if you haven't already seen them from other neighborhood councils, and to kind of help you through that process as well. So those are the 2 remaining. So this is just one part. You could look at the whole of your bylaws if there's other provisions that you feel that you need to address or revise.
We can do that on our own now, after we're off of the exhaustive efforts.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So do we have to wait until the commissioners, after it goes through that whole process before we're placed off the exhausted effort?
I have to speak with management about when the exhaustive efforts will be released, but I do know that the bylaw revision and standing rules establishment still, need to take place. So I will get clarification on this exact, timing of the release, but I will work with you to make it as expeditious as possible.
I want to ask you something.
Thank
We
you.
did have a standing rules committee not too long ago, and they did have 2 meetings. Is that correct, Mr. Pacheco?
The last part?
I'm not,
No, you were the chair of that standing committee.
I am not going to answer him.
Don't
Okay,
You're the
ask
chair.
him, don't ask him.
You're the chair.
You're talking about the previous word.
Yeah. Okay.
Not applicable.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
I know.
That's okay. We're moving on to item 6B. This is another motion, also made by the bylaw committee on September 22nd, that the LA 32 Neighborhood Council reduce the number of each regions from 4 members to 3 members and reduce the at-large directors from 4 members to 2 members. Now, this would bring the number to 15, and since we did just approve it to be passed, we'll have to figure out how to reduce it, and this was the proposal.
Do I get to keep my job or not because I'm at large?
Nobody's going to be removed. If you read the letter that Dunn first gave us, even if, well, right now we don't have 15 members, and we do have a resignation that is on the agenda, so we are going to be filling a couple vacancies anyhow. But had we had more than 15 members, nobody would be asked, nobody would have been removed from the board. We would continue at that number until there's a resignation or something, then we just wouldn't fill it once we hit 15. But that's not the case, so you're not fired.
I thought I was the number 1 on the list.
So I did read the motion. Is there anybody that's going to move the motion?
I'll move the motion.
Mr. Chavez, you want a second, Capricia? Thank you.